All right.
All right, once you guys are ready, 25th home win for Coach. He's the fastest one to ever do it here in Schollmaier Arena, following tonight's 103-64 win over Samford. We'll start with an opening statement from Coach and then follow with any questions you guys have.
Well, just really proud of this week and both games. Team was really locked in and took care of business and got a lot of contributions today from a lot of different players. I love the balance of our effort today. That's okay. I got to get my frogs up right now? Okay. That's okay. And obviously we were a player down today, and so when that happens, you need a lot. And Sedona's just so important and plays such a huge role on both sides of the ball for us. You need other people to step up, and so just really proud. Deasia did a heck of a job. Almost had a double-double. So proud of Deasia. Her and Aaliyah did a heck of a job in the middle. And then the guards, they play a lot of zone, did a great job sharing the ball, driving and kicking, creating. I think we had 26 assists tonight. So I just love the way that this group shares the ball, the way they play together. As long as we get stops and get out in transition, we're tough. We're really, really tough in transition. So now we get to turn the page and start focusing on our opener in the Big 12.
Can you talk more about Deasia? I mean, she had that coast-to-coast on Sunday, and then obviously big shoes to fill tonight, but seemed to be a solid contributor both ends of the floor.
She works really hard, and I'm really proud of her. She puts in, Nolan works with our post players, Nolan and Chavi, and Deasia comes in and gets in extra work almost every day. And so it's neat, like when, Sedona wasn't feeling well, so staff was excited for Deasia because she's ready. There's kids that prepare and wait for their time, and Deasia is one of those kids that's been waiting and ready for her moment, and she had a heck of a game today, so couldn't be more happy for her.
You were subbing a lot early. Was that just trying to get fresh legs, or are you still trying to find some right combinations there?
No, we wanted the tempo. Without Sedona, we really wanted the tempo to get up and down. And we knew we wanted to do that. And so I wanted to make sure we got people in and out to continue to keep that tempo up. And it worked. And we got the game going the way we needed it to. And just over the course of 40 minutes, didn't think that they could keep up with us.
Coach, last year you had more than your fair share of injuries and had to play through a lot of this, but is it nice for the first time this year, you don't want Sedona sick, but to see how your team responds without a key piece?
Absolutely. The journey of a season, injuries happen, sicknesses happen, and so you take the hand you're dealt, you make the best of it. We learned that last year, and so Sedona is such a unique player. You can't replace her, but this team's depth, the talent, the weapons, we can play small ball. And last year, getting to see Aaliyah play the center position for us, I have such comfort in Aaliyah, and she's just such a smart player. And so we're able to absorb stuff that unfolds this season. And so far, we've been very fortunate. This was game 11, I think, or is it 12 now? 12, and so we've been very fortunate with our health, but it's neat as you build a program. You just continue to increase the talent each year, and your depth grows each year, and so I feel comfortable. All 14 kids that we got on our roster can go out there and contribute.
Since Samford put a career high, or a season high against you guys offensively, how much of that is not having Sedona kind of protecting the paint? Can you talk about her importance, especially on that end of the floor? Yeah,
Sedona might be the best shot blocker, rim protector in all of college basketball, and you can't duplicate what she does. And so, but the trade-off was you also wanted to create tempo and really make this game a shootout and get the game going up and down. And so, obviously, you missed Sedona's rim protection, but we purposely wanted to make sure we played fast.
Madison had 5 3-pointers in the first quarter, finished with, I think, 8 tonight. I mean, again, I don't think you can say enough about her, but 1,000-point scorer now. I mean, just the performance, she put 33 total tonight.
Yep. Madison's explosive. And that's every single night that she steps on the court. She has the ability to hit 8, 10 threes. And she got up 16, and they were 16 great shots. I mean, she made 8. She's capable of going 12 for 16. I see it every day in practice, and she does it often in practice. And so I love how our team shares the ball. She was the hot hand today. We got her the ball. And we have a lot of kids that have the ability to be explosive on the offensive end. Tonight, that was her night. And they zone. And so when teams zone, you kind of lose track of the shooters. And so they lost track of Madison, and we did a great job finding her. But overall, we hit 16 threes tonight. Geez, I didn't know that. Took 35. So that's a good percentage. But yeah, offensively, we're explosive. Our biggest thing, you got to get the ball. You got to get stops, get in transition, push the tempo. And when we get to do that, we can get cooking.
Back-to-back great games from Hunter, especially tonight, but she was obviously efficient the other day as well.
Yeah, Dono, again, this generation in college athletics, everybody wants it to be instant, and it's not that simple, it's not that easy. And so just like Deasia's in there working every day, Dono's done a heck of a job staying in the lab, getting up extra shots. Chavi does a really good job putting in work with her every day. And she is blossoming and growing. And so that's what's neat about this team. There's a lot of talent, which you need in order to win at the highest level and to compete for a Big 12 title and do what we want to do. And so the last 2 games, like you said, Donovan's played fantastic. She's shooting the ball really well, and she's getting rewarded. Trust me, she is getting up a lot of shots and working on her craft. So it's fun when you see young people rewarded.
Can you kind of just speak to her maturity, too? Because she's been in and out of the starting lineup. Her role has changed a lot over the last couple of weeks. Like, that can be hard on the player, but she seems to be handling it really well.
Yeah, and really her role hasn't necessarily changed. I mean, we want her to do the same things, and her minutes are, my guess, are very similar. And so whether you start, whether you don't, I've said all along we got a lot more than 5 starters. And so sometimes you want to play small, sometimes you want to play big, and there's different matchups that we use. But I feel really, really comfortable with our top 7, 8 kids. Any combination that's out there, whether they start or not, can impact the game. And so I'm just proud. We have a special group of old veterans, mature, that understand this is a long season. And at the end of the day, and I preach this, we want you, whether you play 30 minutes, whether you play 5, the season's long, and you want to be a better basketball player when April rolls around than you were in October. And that's a valuable lesson for young people, is you run the course and you work at your craft and you stay in the gym and you keep improving. And so this is a group that understands that. It's a very mature group.
You've coached a lot of great backcourts in your career. Where does this rank among them?
That's a really good question. Those St. Mary's backcourts, I mean, Patty Mills and Mickey McConnell, and then it went Mickey McConnell, Matthew Dellavedova. That was a heck of a group. And then at Oregon State, Jamie Wisner, Sidney Weiss were elite, and Maite Cazorla and Sabrina Ionescu were elite, and Mignon and Sabrina were elite. And at Sac State, we had some really good backcourts. You guys, I'll tell you what, if you're a good playmaking guard, I don't think there's a better place in college basketball to come play with our tempo, our pick and roll, and the freedom that we give guards. And I think it's evident we've taken a lot of guards for whatever reason that kind of needed a second life or a second chance and have just absolutely blossomed. And so I'll tell you this, there's not a better place for a guard to come and to create and make plays, and we turn them loose. And so now, last year we didn't get to see Jaden Owens and Madison Connor come to full fruition. That would have been an explosive backcourt. And now you got Haley and Connor in the backcourt. And but this year we got so many playmakers with Donovan, Una, Connor, Haley. So we got playmakers everywhere. And that's the deal. We want to spread you out. We want to play fast and turn these guards loose. And obviously you need shooters and bigs to complement it. So great question.
You alluded to it. You guys start conference play on Saturday at UCF. Last year when you played UCF, you come off the tryouts and all that, things just look so different. Going to year 2 for you of Big 12 play, just kind of what are your thoughts going into that?
Yeah, I love that. That's a special memory. That's might be one of my all-time favorite moments in my coaching career was, we had open tryouts. You had to forfeit games. We had the Underfrogs. In our office, there's a massive mural that I will never take down that we made that has the score of that game and pictures. Collage of pictures from that game, and you guys, that game kind of laid the foundation of grittiness, of toughness, of resilience for our program. And that will be something that we will always cherish and hang our hat on. And so now we get to go play those guys again. Obviously, it's on the road, but it's a brand new team. They have a new team. We have a new team. But reflecting back, that game will be as meaningful as any game we ever get to coach here. And so that was fun. That was a wild journey. Hopefully we don't have to do that again. But I'm really proud of that moment in that game.
What did you learn in your first kind of go through in the Big 12 that you think is going to help you as a coach?
Yeah, the league's unbelievable. The coaching is unbelievable. The talent, the wide range of styles that you face. It's a blast as a coach. It's challenging to prepare every night. And we got our scouts all delegated amongst our staff, and so we're really excited. I think our preseason has helped prepare us. The NC State game, the Notre Dame game, the South Carolina game, South Florida. We played a really tough schedule, which is why our net, I think, is at 7. So you did that in preparation of what the Big 12 has in store for us. And so there's 18 games that you got to lock in and bring it.
You were here last night watching the men play, having, a solid program on the other side of you on this campus. What do you learn from Jamie Dixon and just watching those guys play too?
Well, Coach Dixon and his staff have been unbelievable to our program from day one since we've been here, and they've been so helpful. We have a great relationship with them and talk hoops all the time. I love his staff. And so I got a chance. There's not many games where you get to come where we're in town and the men's are playing. So anytime I get a chance to support Coach and their program, I always want to do that. And that was a battle, and they found a way to get a gritty win. And that's what it is about. In November and December is just finding ways to win. And then both the Big 12 men's side's a juggernaut. The women's side's a juggernaut, and so it's fun to root for each other. I know he sent me a message right before the game wishing us good luck, and I do the same. And so it's fun, the relationship we have with those guys. And that's what makes TCU really special. This athletic department, where the facilities are, there's a ton of overlap with the coaches and the coaching staff. So it's fun. I know when we played South Carolina, Coach Dykes was there and Coach Sarlos was there. And so it's what makes TCU special.
On you at all as he deals with just a massive influx of injuries as well?
Coach Dixon, no, he knows more about. He's probably forgot more basketball than I know, so he doesn't need my advice. But I just encourage him and encourage the staff. So.
And we can't forget, Coach. Who did the scout this week?
Okay, this one, you guys, Nolan. Nolan was on this one. He was Mr. Bulldog. We name our coaches the mascot of the opposing team, and so he was dialed in on these guys and knew them, and we did a great job. They have a really good center, and so I'm proud of Aaliyah and Deasia, how they worked together to neutralize her. And so defensively, we did a great job tonight. Proud of them. Our coaches have done a phenomenal job all year on the scouts.
Any final questions for Coach? All right, thanks, you guys.
Okay, you guys. Hey.
It has to be like cool, calm, and collected though. This is interesting.
Well, we've got Madison, 5th 30-piece for career, 8 3-pointers. Believe it or not, that's not actually her career high, and she's had a better percentage than 50% too in volume. Just casual night at the office than Deasia, replacing a Lisa Leslie Award finalist, 13 and 7, one of 5 scores in double figures. So questions for these two.
Madison, you've had a pretty decent week. Graduate on Saturday, 1,000-point club on Sunday, casual 33 points tonight. Is it a pretty good time to be you?
Yeah, it's a pretty good time, I'd say. Holiday's coming around the corner too, so it's a pretty good month for me. So just happy that I can do it with this team surrounding me.
Deasia, just talk about when you kind of found out you'd be something that starting role for Sedona tonight, just kind of what your mindset was going into this game.
Well, yeah, I found out like a couple of hours before the game today, and I was actually working out with Nolan. He told me, and he just told me to just be patient and just play how I always play. Don't do anything that I don't do, and just be myself and just play, just have fun.
We've really gotten to see your whole bag of tricks here. It seems like you took the coast to coast at the finish on Sunday and had quite a few post moves regarding out in the perimeter. How has your game evolved over the course of the season?
Yeah, I think I'm just like every day I come in, I just work on my craft, getting better, and my teammates have helped me, my coaches have helped me, and I think just actually having confidence in myself that I can do those things and just perfecting my craft every day.
Well, like pretty much number 5 girls in double figures. Just talk about the ball moves tonight and the way that you guys played on offense.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we were sharing the ball really well. That's one of our strengths as a team, and I feel like after the South Carolina game, we didn't do that in that game. So we've been really focusing on doing what we're good at because we know those are our strengths. We have so many talented players on the court that it's hard. They have to pick their poison. We have 5 players out there that are capable of scoring in double figures. So we're multidimensional on what we do. So sharing the ball is what we're really good at. So
Madison, Agnes, and Sedona talked about on Sunday, how much of a challenge it was for the team to step up, to come together, to have a good week of practice after South Carolina. What was that like for you personally, and what's your view from the team perspective about how you guys came through that?
yeah, I mean, I think that was a huge game for us, just kind of seeing where we're at, and we kind of got smacked in the face a little bit, so you have to respond after that. And I feel like we're a very mature and old team, and our goals are to beat a South Carolina when it comes March. So we know what it takes to get there now that we've seen it, and we know the things that we have to work on, and it got exposed in that game. So I feel like this week of practice, we were just really dialed in on the little details and the things that we didn't do against the South Carolina. So we have to make sure that we do those and make them a habit against other teams, so then when we do play another South Carolina caliber team, we can perform on that level.
We've seen a lot of the top 10 teams lose and then come back and just put it on an unfortunate victim. You guys have done that twice this week since that game. What does that talk about your mentality and your maturity as a team?
I think that's just, like Maddie was saying, like our maturity level in practice. Like we took that loss like very like personal, in that we had a chip on our shoulder. So every day in practice, we were like on everything. We gave 100% with everything, and I think it all just comes down to how you respond when teams like that, lose or something like that happens. I think how your response is what makes our team go.
Deasia, I know it's been a long career for you, and you get a chance now to move into, Big 12 play. And I know you were around, big-time conference basketball while you were at Kentucky, back in the SEC. But, for you personally, what does this mean to be going into conference play with TCU, and how excited are you for it?
I'm very excited. I'm very excited for our team. I think we're playing really good basketball right now. I feel like I'm in a good space as of today, and as of just like I said, just perfecting my craft. I'm very excited. I'm very excited to see what we can do. I know that what our team is and how we practice, how we go on day-to-day basis. So I'm excited. I'm excited for I'm just excited for everything. Sorry.
You missed some of the conference play last year, so just talk about kind of your excitement level and your approach going into the conference play.
Yeah, I mean, conference is a whole different animal. I mean, you're going every game is hard, and all road games are especially hard. So I'm super excited. It's my senior year. I have a great team surrounding me, and I think this team, the ceiling's the limit. There's no ceiling. How do you say that? Man, I'll just go with that. The sky's the limit.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm just like, yeah. So I'm just like super excited for this team because we're capable of so many things. So just going into this and kind of just seeing where we're at, and I think that we can win a league title. So kind of just having that little chip on our shoulder day to day. So I'm super excited.
Well, how do you kind of keep that chip on your shoulder? You've talked about South Carolina game, but how do you keep that going if you don't have South Carolina every week?
Yeah, I mean, I think that we take every game like a South Carolina game. You kind of have to go in with the same mentality. You can't just have a South Carolina game mentality when you play South Carolina and not do that every single day. So like I said, your habits are what makes your team go. So we have to do that day in and day out, regardless of who we're playing. So
Coach Campbell talked about UCF game last year and how significant it was for this program. You had just gotten hurt, just had the tryouts and everything. Obviously, you were on the sideline. You're watching, your team win that game. What are your memories of that moment for your team last year?
Yeah, I mean, that was a crazy game. We literally had 3 of our starters go down. We had open tryouts. We just got 4 new players on our team. Everybody's eyes was on us, so it was kind of cool to see everybody go out there, and everybody had to step up. I mean, kind of just seeing them have confidence in themselves and play with passion, and knowing that we've been through some battles and stuff, I feel like that brought us closer together as a team. So I feel like that was such an exciting game, and we pulled out the win, so it was awesome.
Talk about everybody's eyes being on you a year ago, but they're all on you again this year for, in a different way. What do you look forward to, the pressure of the high expectations that will be on you guys as you start Big 12 play?
Yeah, I think it's super exciting. You want the eyes on you. You want everybody, you want to have a target on your back because that's what we've worked for this whole year. That's what we've worked for this off season. So I feel like that's something that kind of makes us have a little chip on our shoulder. Like, they are going to go out and give us their best game regardless of who it is. So kind of just knowing that, like, everybody wants to beat us. And I think that's super exciting, and that makes us have to play with passion and have to play hard because they want to beat us. So you kind of just have that little chip on your shoulder.
Is your message a little bit different this year going into conference play? Because last year you guys were undefeated going into conference play as well.
No, I think I approach it the same. I think we want to go out there and win every single game, obviously. I don't think you can't be upset when you do lose a game. You have to just bounce back just like we did these past 2 games. I mean, just because we took 1 loss doesn't take away from all the incredible things that we have done thus far. So, yeah, no, I think I approach it the same.
Deasia, how much fun is it for you as a post player when you have shooters hitting like they were hitting tonight? You actually have maybe a little space to operate that you wouldn't normally get.
Yeah, it's really fun. When the guards are knocking down threes, it opens up the paint a little bit, so then I'm able to, make a post move or even kick it out, repost again. So it's definitely fun. I'm always looking for the guards, and my coaches always tell me, look and try and score first. But when they're knocking down threes, you want to give it to the hot man. So I feel like a 3 is better than a 2 anyway. So.
Facts. Facts.
So, yeah. You've been going against Sedona in practice for several months now. Just talk about kind of what you've learned from her, maybe how that kind of helped you in that role.
Yeah, she's very encouraging. She always is encouraging me, always picking me up. And, we go against each other every day, like you said, and we make each other better. We're very competitive. And, I always tell her, like, we're not friends on the court, but she makes me better and I make her better. And I think just, having someone like Sedona on your team, it just makes you, it makes you feel like you don't have as much pressure. Like today, I didn't feel like I had, even though she wasn't here physically, I still felt her presence.
Madison, you and Haley seem to have such a strong connection already. What has it been like welcoming her on the team, and how do you feel like your connection with each other?
It's awesome having Haley on the team. She's such a dynamic scorer and playmaker. So having her is phenomenal. I mean, she can score at all 3 levels. She's a great passer. She plays defense. She plays with a ton of passion. So I feel like everybody kind of bounces off that passion that she plays with, and she just brings a ton of energy. So I feel like our connection, we do different things. We're very different play style. So I feel like that helps the both of us out because we both are doing different things. We're not trying to do the same thing. We have different games and we have different gifts. So it's awesome to play off of her.
Did you have any, she's such a recognizable player in the game. Yeah, I'm not sure if you'd run into her a lot in the past. Did you have any preconceived notions about who she was either as a player or as a person that you learned from, either one of you, in getting Haley on campus?
No, not really. I knew about her, obviously. I mean, she has a really big name in women's basketball, but no, I had no previous.
Yeah, me either. I just knew about her, being at Louisville and being at LSU. But, I always felt like she was a good person. And her coming here, she's not, people make her out to be this, whatever the social media is. But, she's a really good person. But, yeah, I didn't know anything.
Deasia, what was your journey to TCU? How did you decide to kind of be a part of this program?
Really, it was just, I just followed my faith, and I seen what Coach Campbell wanted and what he had already, and I just wanted to be a part of a good team, a good program, and I just wanted to be, something that I didn't have back at my old school is just like a family atmosphere. Like I feel like I didn't have that, and just like all of these girls are like my sisters. Sorry. Like my sister, so I just wanted to just be a part of a good program. People who were gonna help me, people who were gonna help me on and off the court, and just make me better as a person.
Oh no, I need my question. Can somebody ask me another question about
For questions, so
how do I do this about never mind.
But you gotta do it now, guys. Come on, don't leave this hanging. We can stop recording. We'll cut this.
No, I know. What did I ask? Never mind. I don't even know.
What's on your mind tonight?
All I gotta say is I'm a big frog.
She's a big frog.
All right, thank you. Lose a bet?
No, she's on it.